and welcome to Project Titan Watch Analysis Season 2, Episode 15. I'm Ananya and I'll be your host today. We will discuss what has occurred since the last podcast episode. Our source for this podcast is the Wall Street Journal. Without any further ado, let's dive in. The first topic will be about how Wicked for Good and Zootopia are expected to be the highest grossing movies. This week, the kids who make up the industry's the target audience, will be heading to theaters for Zootopia 2 and Wicked for Good, sequels to box office sensations that could be the highest grossing movies of the year. They also have something else in common that has, sorry guys, that has been essential to Hollywood's biggest hits. They're rated PG, literally. For decades, the movies that printed money were all rated PG-13. It was the rating of the most successful films ever made. Superhero franchises, Avatar and Avengers releases Star Wars episodes, Titanic, Top Gun Maverick, The World of Jurassic Park, and everyone from James Bond to Barbie. However, this entertainment business has never been so reliant on families bringing their children to theaters for the latest PG movie. Among the bright spots in a bleak year for Hollywood were a Minecraft movie and Lilo and Stitch, which are currently sitting atop the domestic box office. They may soon be jumped by Zootopia and Wicked for Good. The list of PG hits this year also included the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon, which improbably beat the latest Mission Impossible. Next topic will be about how consumers are trying to end the year with a big shopping spree. America's biggest retailers have discovered the consumer is far from dead. For all the hand-wringing over tariffs and a wobbling economy, shoppers are spending where they perceive value, as evidenced by strong recent financial results from Walmart, Gap, TJ Maxx, parent TJX, and other retailers. The spending points to a solid holiday shopping season, which many chains count on for a significant portion of their annual sales and profits. As we look at our customers and members here in the US, they're still spending, said Josh Furter, the incoming chief executive of Walmart, who currently runs the retailer's US business. Gap, meanwhile, is seeing growth across all income groups. Chief Executive Richard Dixon said, which is encouraging despite widely reported macroeconomic pressure on the low income consumer. It is selling more of its items at full price, which it expects to drive further growth during the holiday shopping season. The company raised its forecast for sales growth, saying it will come in at the higher end of a previously guided. The next topic I will be discussing about is how the US is placing big bets on the nuclear power industry. The US's last big nuclear power project came in more than $16 billion over budget and 7 years behind schedule. Now the US government wants to give the AP1000 another shot. President Trump is betting $80 billion that the US can revive the stalled nuclear power industry and make large reactors like the AP1000 from Westinghouse Electric, an ubiquitous power source rather than a cautionary tale. US electricity demand is rising across the country, partly thanks to the frenzy over artificial intelligence, AI, after remaining flat for decades. Using some of the proceeds from its trade deal with Japan, the U.S. unveiled plans in October to partner with Westinghouse and its owners, Brookfield Asset Management and Cameco, on an ambitious plan to accelerate nuclear power. Executives at the company now say that the plan could translate into 8 AP1000 reactors across 4 sites. a pace of nuclear construction not seen in decades. The reactor produces about 1,100 megawatts of electricity, enough to power a mid-sized. The next topic I will be discussing about is how fake tales about being ghosted by brands, become a fad. When Anna Fleming complained in a TikTok video that Honda had ghosted, quote unquote, her after promising to replace her broken down car, an army of amateur consumer advocates flooded Honda with demands for justice. Why didn't you follow through on giving Anna a car? One TikToker among thousands commented on a Honda video promoting its Odyssey minivan. And to think I was about to purchase a Honda, said another. But their passionate campaign had one fundamental problem. The story wasn't true. It was a joke, Fleming later made clear. Some commenters swung from loudly railing against Honda to embarrassment again and regret. Girlie, I was defending you, one wrote on a new post by Fleming to explain her intention. Now you got me looking bad. Fleming wasn't alone. A slew of recent posts have accused of brands of ghosting people after pledging free products. Social media gives individuals a megaphone in disputes with companies that treat them poorly, while executives use it for consumer insights, customer service, and marketing. Algorithmic feeds like TikTok's For You page now expose some people's posts far beyond their followers, sometimes to the next topic I'll be discussing about or talking about is how Warner Music Group is gonna use an AI music generator. Warner Music Group has made a deal with AI music generator Suno that will let the startup launch new models based on licensed songs. The agreement settles Warner's copyright litigation against Suno. Suno's platform allows users to generate songs based on text prompts. Suno will launch new models each year, and require users to be paid subscribers to download songs, the company said. Paid users will give a cap on monthly downloads with the option to pay for more. Warner artists and songwriters will have the chance to opt into the service, the company. Last topic will be about JP Morgan trying to build the biggest office block in London. Jamie Dimon, barely done with one mammoth building project on New York's Park Avenue, is embarking on another across the Atlantic. The bank he leads, JP Morgan Chase, said Thursday that it would construct London's largest office block. The project is in Canary Wharf, the dockland turned financial center on the eastern fringe of the UK capital, is due to finish in the 2030s. 3 million square foot tower will house 12,000 people, half of the bank's employees in Britain, one of its main overseas markets. JP Morgan's London operation is its biggest in Europe. Diamond's decision ends months of speculation by everyone from bankers and real estate brokers to shoe shiners about the U.S. bank's next move. JP Morgan's current tower in Canary Wharf, a former Lehman Brothers building that it bought after the financial crisis, is showing signs of age. Employees have spilled into a nearby building once home to Credit Suisse. Executives deliberated between a costly refurbishment of the existing office at 25 Bank Street, building on another patch of land in the wharf, or hopping west to the city, London's historic financial district. This is it for the day. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and like, and see you later. Have a happy Thanksgiving break. And signing out, Ananya Sinapu.